The African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies, in collaboration with the African Commission on Human and People's Rights and partners, commenced a forum on the participation of the NGOs in the 79th Ordinary Session of the ACHPR in Banjul on Saturday. Julden Jai reports.
The theme for this year's 79th Ordinary Session of the Year of Education, Educate an African Faith for the 21st Century, Building Resilient Education Systems for Increased Access to Inclusive, Lifelong, Quality and Relevant Learning in Africa. The participants are drawn from African civil society organizations and international NGOs in Africa advocating democracy, rule of law, governance, human rights, peace and security. The objectives of the forums are to share updates on the human rights situation in Africa by the African and international NGO community, to identify responses as well as adopt strategies for the promotion and protection of human rights in the continent. Here is Anna Foster, Executive Director of the African Center for Democracy and Human Rights Studies.
Although the main duty bearers for the promotion and protection of human rights are states, the promotion and protection of human rights remains a collective responsibility. Consequently, it must be promoted, protected by everyone, everywhere, every time, and every day.
The forum will focus on equal access to education for sustainable development, on constitutional changes of government, human rights education in Africa, access to digital technology in Africa, democracy and the rule of law, civic engagement and freedom of assembly, protection of human rights defenders, and conflict and political instability in Africa. Justice Aissatou Jallosi, a High Court judge, is representing the Chief Justice of the Gambia.
Education stands as the cornerstone of development, democracy and human rights. It is not a mere path to personal advancement, but a fundamental right and a collective responsibility. Quality education empowers individuals, fosters equality and drives inclusive growth, yet the challenges in our education systems are stark. Millions of children remain out of school, denied the transformative power of knowledge and opportunity.
Commissioner Janet Salanjai, Vice Chairperson of the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, highlights some of the challenges affecting access to quality education in Africa.
Imagine education not just as a gateway, but as a powerful river, flowing with the potential to shape lives and transform landscapes. Yet, like any river, it faces obstacles. Poverty, gender disparities, lack of infrastructure and sufficient human resources, and conflict that may divert the course of the river. To navigate these dangerous waters, we need to work together. Governments, civil society organizations, and international partners to build robust bridges in terms of policies and programs. We need to invest in schools in rural areas, provide grants as lifelines for vulnerable groups, and pave the way for the education of every child.
At the end of the forum, participants are expected to document general trends and situation of education, human rights, democracy, and the rule of law in Africa, and adopt recommendations and resolutions. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.